So over the course of the year in HBS, you're going to be using your mannequins a lot throughout the year, and some things are going to be constant. One of them is this little tool equipment bag. So I'm going to put together this video to explain these to you so we don't have to spend time in class doing this. It's pretty straightforward. In your bag should be 4 items. Item number 1 is an item that you will hardly ever use. This little roller, I really don't find functional for much of anything. More often than not, it's just used to kind of play around, but obviously the point of this product is to be able to roll out flat pieces of clay. More often than not, it's much faster and easier just to do with your hands. So item number 1. Item number 2 is this little scraper, and I find this most helpful actually in cleaning up. It's easy to get everything up off the table with this, but you can also use it to fan out clay that is on your mannequin. If you brush it across the clay, it can help kind of ease out some of the edges. So the scraper is another tool. Not going to use it a lot, but it is much more functional than the roller. The other 2 items are the items you use a lot. This knife is either plastic, like this one, or it's wooden, but I find it helpful in cutting out pieces of clay into the correct shapes. This is more heavy duty. If you have a large chunk of clay, you're going to want to use this to take a big chunk of clay off of the larger chunk. But it is very helpful. Basically, you'll be using this tool and the wire tool, which I'm going to show you in just a second, much more often than the other 2 tools. The last tool that's in this bag is more like the finesse tool. This wire tool has 2 ends on it. It has a pointed end and it has a blunt end, but both of them are thin pieces of looped wire. Basically, you're going to use this tool to etch pennations into muscle. You're going to use it to help shape and carve out clay. This is what you're going to use to really make sure that your final product is in place. You start off with the putty knife, and then you finish with the wire tool almost all the time. You don't want to use this for heavy duty tasks because this wire will bend. And you'll see some of our tools are bent, but the wire tool and the putty knife are going to be the ones you use most often. Your bag should have all 4. You're probably going to leave the roller in the bag. You'll use the scraper at the end, and then the wire tool and the putty knife are going to be used all the time. So make sure you use these. Don't forget that you have them. Some people kind of get locked in with using the wire tool and then use it for everything, but you have the putty knife and you do have the other tools available, and then your hands are probably better than all 4 of them combined for getting things done. So don't feel like you can't touch anything. You're going to get some grease on your hands from the clay, and that's all part of the process. So make sure you use the tools, use them wisely, and make sure your mannequins look phenomenal at the end of the year.